Moving on to our next topic. Topic number 9 is Serena surrenders. We hate to see superstars have to bow out of tournaments, especially in the individual sports, because they have to retire for the rest of the tournament. And especially somebody like Serena Williams. She got hurt the other night against, actually, I can't remember who she was playing against in Wimbledon. But she clearly hurt I think she slipped on the grass, which happens at Wimbledon, especially when it gets wet. It was raining a little bit, I think, in England, and the grass got wet. She was going for shots. She slipped, and it's just tough to see. Serena's 39 years old. Hard to believe because she's been so good for so long. Certainly doesn't look 39. She looks a lot younger than that, but phenomenal athlete. I think Serena Williams is the greatest tennis player ever. I know there's always a debate, is it her? Is it Federer? Is it Nadal? I think it's Serena. She's dominated the women's side of tennis for so long. You do have to wonder. She's now had to leave tournaments a few times over the past couple of years, and also she had a baby, so that changes things as well. But she's had to leave some tournaments over the last couple of years. So, Brandon, do you think this is the end of Serena Williams' career? Do you think that we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel for Serena Williams' tennis career?
I certainly don't think it's the end, but I think it's, it's the part where we're going downhill and not uphill anymore. But it's definitely not the end. I think she's still got a lot left in the tank, and I think she's still going to go ahead and win another major. But I think it's really one of those things. I put her in the same category as Tiger Woods. The greatest of all time, just kind of battling through some injuries and needing to get healthy before they can kind of put themselves back, on the map as the greatest of all time. I have to agree with you. I think she is the greatest tennis player of all time, male or female. She's had such a dominant run here, and that's why I compare her to Tiger as being one of the greatest of all time. And shoot, you can just put her up there as one of the greatest athletes of all time. And so I just think it's definitely not over. It's definitely not over. I think she's just a little beat up right now. I would like her to just take a bunch of time off right now, kind of like Tiger Woods is doing and having to do right now. Heal up to 100%, get yourself right physically and mentally, and then come back and perform on the highest stage like we all know that she can do again. Because I think she's still got a lot left in the tank, a lot of power still left in those powerful legs and powerful arms. And like I said, I don't want to see this be the end. I think it's just really one of those things where you're seeing a great player battling through some injuries, and it's just another chapter in the book of one of the legends of tennis. But yeah, she's still got a lot left in the tank. Do not count her out. She's got the mindset of like a Kobe Bryant, to be honest. So it's like you got, look at those people. I've just put her in the same category as Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods. She's one of the greatest athletes of all time. So I think she's still got a lot left in the tank, like a Tom Brady, so there's another one that we can put her in a category with. And those are some great people to be compared to. And maybe we should say they can be compared to her because she's been so dominant in her sport. But I love Serena Williams, and I'm expecting to see her bounce back and recover from this injury. And she's still got a lot of great playing days left in her career.
Yeah, she's certainly no stranger to having to rehab or recover from an injury and then get back to the top of the mountain like she always has. I wonder if she's going to have to take a little bit longer of a break between now and the next one. We saw Naomi Osaka take time off and not even come to Wimbledon because of mental health issues. And you wonder if this kind of, even though Serena is so strong just across the board with everything that's happened to her in her career, physically and mentally, do you wonder maybe she takes a little bit of time off too, mentally because of, her having a child a couple of years ago and still trying to come back and win tournaments and, everything that happened with the pandemic and, she is getting older in her career. Maybe it'll take her a little bit longer to rehab to get back. Maybe she does take some time to kind of take a step back, reflect, and then come back even stronger on the tennis court. I think you're right. I don't think she's going anywhere, at least for the next couple of years. And she's always been the one that's wanted to push the envelope. She always wanted to be the one that said, I'm going to go have a baby and then come back and win a Grand Slam. And she got emotional when she was talking about it the first time she did it. So she's always trying to kind of set the bar higher for not just women's tennis players, but for tennis players in general. So I think she's going to continue to do that. She's going to play into her 40s, and she's going to try to win more Grand Slams. I think that's just what she's programmed to do. So, like you said, I don't think this is the end for Serena. And like I said, it might take a little bit longer for her to come back, but I don't think it's the end for her. I think she's still got a lot left in the tank.
We just talked about how, these next great NFL players of their position kind of set the market. Serena Williams has set the market in women's professional tennis for the last 2 decades. You could honestly just say in professional tennis in general, with all of her endorsements and the deals that she signs. And, she's just a sponsorship king, or I should say sponsorship queen. And yeah, she's still got a lot left in the tank. And, I've got this saying of there's only so many goats in the barn, but, Serena's one of them. So, I mean, she's one of the greatest of all times. And like you said, probably greatest tennis player of all time. And there's a lot of them. There's been a lot of them over the years, but she's the best, I think.